and welcome back. Today we have a quick discussion. Not going to really review any products, but I want to talk to you something that I think really affects all business owners, but I think it especially affects photographers. Um, I say that because a lot of us get into photography first as a hobby and then try to transition it to a business and have a hard time kind of making that jump. And what I'm getting at is pricing. And this is going to be more so a rant. So listen, if you have comments, questions, or help that you can provide me, I'm definitely open to it. I think that I'm probably horrible at pricing. And I think it's a struggle that most people have. I work in IT consulting as my full-time job, and I understand how to do pricing there based on a number of hours and the product deliverable that you're going to have. But on the photography side, I think that because it's a creative art and most creative people are extremely hard on themselves, because of that, until you really hit a threshold, you normally underprice yourself. And so that's something I've been struggling with. My wife gets on me all the time. It's like, Brian, your prices are too low. Your prices are too low. Then you talk to clients and they say it's too high. Because it's weird. Photography is in this weird space where if it's around, people appreciate it, but they don't necessarily want to pay for it. They feel like with the advances of smartphones and basically having cameras everywhere, why should I pay a photographer to do it when I got this thing in my pocket? Well, it's because the phone is great, but it's never going to be as good as a mirrorless camera or DSLR. Secondly, having somebody that focuses on doing the work is a value. Now, unfortunately, as photographers as well as other hobbyists transitioning into doing business, we normally undervalue ourselves. And so I think some of the things I've watched online say things like, keep pushing your price up. Once it hits a point where you start really losing the market, then that's probably where you need to be. But it's hard because a lot of times if you're a hobbyist photographer trying to transition into generating revenue through photography, a lot of the people you work with initially are word of mouth. So they're going to be family members, they're going to be close friends, and it's hard to really charge family and close friends real rates. So I think I should probably be around $175, $200 an hour. So what that would break down to is, and this is where it gets tricky. I say that if I did raw hours, it would be, let's say if we do a 1 hour shoot and then the turnaround I spend an hour to 2 hours editing. Or let's say I count it as an hour editing. So let's say an hour shoot, hour editing, that puts the price around $600 for what seems to be a 1 hour session and you're delivering the digitals. Nobody wants to pay $600 for a 1 hour session unless you're producing some amazing images or you have that. It's not even about producing images. Do you have the reputation to support that? So what ends up happening, you say, all right, you may charge the time up front and then eat the hours you spend on the back end editing the pictures, where some people know that's where most of the work is. Or you can do things like have a sitting fee and then try to sell prints, and that's a gamble. So you can do the pictures, and then now you're selling the prints at anywhere from $60 to $200 a piece, but you have to sell them on that, and that's a little trickier because now you have to. I hate to say you're almost playing on emotions. You need to have the person right there at the moment, get them emotionally attached to your work, and hopefully that drives them to purchasing more. And it's tough to get into. So I've been kind of struggling with my format. Like right now I do, let's say I'll do a 90-minute session and I'll price it at $225. And that'll be for 90 minutes on location, no studio or at your house. And then we can shoot. And then I'll do basic editing and I'll provide you the digital negatives. I don't know if that's it's an okay price. Maybe it should be more. I mean, this is where, and I'm in Atlanta, and Atlanta does have a lot of photographers. They have a lot of good photographers. I'm finding my niche to be in family portraits. And so I try to stick to that area. I can do a lot of headshots. But it's just kind of hard setting the price. And then the next area I'm getting into, and I'm still figuring out the pricing for that, is producing commercial media. So social media is big, and to produce media catered towards social media, you don't need massive equipment. You need a little know-how, some knowledge, and just the ability to be able to make it happen. And so the next phase of what we're doing in my company is targeting small businesses and figuring out how to do 35-second to 45-second spots where we produce the commercial and you can then take it to Facebook, YouTube, put your ad dollars behind it, and help with your marketing. And so, again, I have to figure out the pricing for that. My wife laughs at me because she said I give the same price for everything. Anything I do, exact same price. But I have to kind of sit down and figure out, from doing video media content, what should be the price. Normally, it should definitely be higher than if I'm shooting stills because it's going to take me a substantially longer time period. It takes a lot more equipment. Like even this set, something as simple as this. I have some Philip Hue lights on this side in green. I have another RBG light behind the television. I had to design the logo that's on there. So there's some elements in the background. Like building a set and understanding how to do that takes time and effort and money. Then even with these videos, I have to go back, sit in front of it in Final Cut Pro, spend hours editing it, tweaking the audio, tweaking the colors, making sure it looks the way I want it to look. And it's a lot more time. And I just have to figure out what is going to be that price. I think that can be a good niche in the Atlanta area, but I just have to take some time to really figure it out. So this was really just a short rant. If you've gone through it, please leave comments. Let me know. What are your rates? How did you come up with your rates? What area are you in? Is it saturated with photographers? Let's discuss it. I mean, how did you get to where you are? Are you looking to jump into charging for your work? Do you feel like your work is good enough now where you should get paid for it? And I would recommend that you don't do anything for free. Even if you're super cheap, just don't do it for free. But yeah, let's discuss it. I mean, it's a continuous learning experience, and hopefully I can help you by talking about my experiences. And hopefully you can help me also. So thanks for watching. If you enjoy videos like this, please click subscribe or give me the thumbs up. And we'll see you next time. Thanks again from Life at 35mm. That's a weird smile. Thanks again from Life at 35mm. I have to figure out how to end these videos. I mean, I don't know. Wow. Craziness. Just subscribe. All right. Peace.